We've discovered a new country, guys. And hear me out. I know it's hard to believe. I know you think we've got Google Maps, we've got Apple Maps, we've got them little cars that drive around the street with a little camera on top, and you think they've covered every inch of the planet. So how could we discover a new country? Hard to believe, I know, but we have. The country is called If-ghanistan. If it sounds like an existing country, that's purely coincidental. Don't come for me. But it's called If-ghanistan. How'd you get there from London? You drive up the M1, M6, M62. Because that country is now fully inhabited by Liverpool fans. Liverpool fans will not let it go. What's the language that they speak in Afghanistan? Well, you'll know they're speaking Afghanistanese because everything they say begins with if. If we beat Leeds, if we beat Wolves, if we beat Arsenal at the Emirates, there's a whole load of ifs going on right now. So they don't live in Liverpool no more. They live in Afghanistan. Now, this is just a side effect of them not being able to accept the truth. The truth is, it's highly likely that they are not going to challenge for the league this time. But they're still dining out on Slot's gimme season last year. And yeah, they can't let it go. They can't let it go. That we are champions of the league. Well, they currently are. But their form so far this season has been anything but that of champions. All their signings that they've brought in, they've not made the changes. They've not even kept the levels of the people that they were replacing. People like Luis Diaz, people like Trent Alexander-Arnold. All these people, they've had, on paper, suitable replacements coming in. Some of them already even Premier League proven. But they haven't been able to reach the heights of the people that they're taking over from. So you're going to hear Liverpool fans talking about if. They were in the title race for a little while. They were scraping wins. And then all of a sudden, the drop-off has been epic. As epic as Mo Salah's interview. It's been crazy. And they're in disbelief. They're not on copium anymore. They've gone past copium. They're on hopium. They're hoping that if they go on a streak of wins for the next maybe 6 games, they can somehow claw their way back into a title challenging position. Is it possible? Yes. Yes. 1,000,000,000 to 1 is possible. No, I'm being I'm being harsh. It's not 1,000,000,000 to 1. It is possible. And you know what? To be fair to Liverpool, they are a quality team. So they've got good players. The only thing that I think is the thing giving Arsenal fans comfort that probably Liverpool won't make it back into a title challenging position is the fact that there's question marks on Arne Slot. Yeah, he walked the league last season. We saw that. But people could say that the 2 main challengers, Arsenal and Manchester City, weren't at their best. Both were suffering from, key injuries to their first team. And last season, we didn't have the squad depth that we have this season. So, when people like Saliba or Gabriel or Bukayo Saka are out, yes, someone can fill in, but the drop-off is huge. And it reflected in the results. So Liverpool, they ran away with it last season. More questions could be asked. Questions such as, that wasn't Slot's team. That was the Klopp hangover, if you like. So he was working with a team that, they had been together for many seasons. They had won stuff together. They knew their roles in the team. And he could come in, perhaps tweak a few things, which is exactly what he did. He didn't change the tactics. He didn't change the strategy. He didn't really change the formation that much. He came in, he tweaked a couple of things, but they were a well-oiled machine before he arrived. So I would say, Klopp gets 50% of the credit for that win last season. And the main challenger for Liverpool over the years seriously dropped off. Rodri FC. They seriously dropped off. So Slot did a good job, He came in and all he had to do was not mess things up. And that's what he did. And Arsenal and City just allowed him to win the league. But that doesn't mean that he's a quality manager. And this is the thing. These are the questions he has to answer this season, because it's not looking good. It's not looking good, bruv. Yeah, he's got to put his own tactics now. He's got a lot of the players that he wanted. He's lost a lot of players that, were part of that original trophy-winning team. And now it's up to him. Now he doesn't have the shadow of Klopp, if you like, to help him. So, yeah, now it's on him. And when he left to his own devices, what are we saying about the first half of the season? He's not really living up to it, isn't it? Especially with the outlay that FSG handed to him. Quality players, well-beaten players. Florian Wirtz. We all know 007. He went way past 007 now. The defenders that he's brought in, not up to the job. The defense is looking shaky. Now, we know the situation with Mo Salah. We know the situation with an aging Virgil van Dijk. Still a good defender, but, he's not at his prime anymore. So these are all things where Klopp now has to use his managerial skills, his coaching ability, his technical know-how to be able to fill those gaps that have been left now that Klopp team has been somewhat dismantled. So he's on fraud watch for me anyway. I know a couple of my Liverpool supporting friends, they still have hope. They still are giving him time and giving him credit. And to be fair, he deserves it because, he won them a Premier League. What's that? 2 Premier Leagues in the last 20, 30 years? He's 50% of your Premier League history. So you got to give him respect. But all signs are pointing to somebody who perhaps is not up to the job, especially with the ambition that Liverpool are showing, particularly in the summer transfer window. So we'll watch this space. But yeah, you're going to know the Afghanistan citizens. They might have an accent, but a lot of them live in London. They wear red. And yeah, every debate, every question they have begins with if. If Arsenal drop points, if we go to the Emirates and we beat Arsenal, we need to make sure that doesn't happen. We need to make sure that doesn't happen. We don't want no more Szoboszlai worldy free kicks scraping them a win again. We need revenge for that game. So I'm looking forward to that game in a few weeks. But, we just have to beat the teams in front of us now. I think who's the next team that we're playing? Brighton. Should be able to do a job there. But yeah, we need to keep an eye on Liverpool. We can't let them creep back into a title challenge. So it's not up to us. I think they'll drop points. Leeds are looking pretty formidable. The resurrection of Dominic Calvert-Lewin's striker career, just in time. Great to see it. So yeah, maybe Leeds could take points off of them. Wolves is a tall order. I think Wolves are going to get smashed, to be honest. And, in their favour, the dilemma that Slot must have had with Hugo Ekitike or Alexander Isak, that's no longer a dilemma with Isak's, unfortunate injury. Things are not going well for that guy, man. I'm sure Newcastle fans are probably looking and being like, well, you should have stayed with us. I don't know. Let's yeah, but we never hope injuries on anyone, so we wish him a speedy recovery because he's a good player. He's a very good player. But yeah, that striker headache that Slot had, he hasn't got it anymore. It's Hugo Ekitike. Good for us in fantasy. We can just pick him, and that's it. We know he's going to get the minutes now, and he's a quality player. He's a quality player. So maybe the indecision that Slot might have had previously might settle the team. People know they're going to be playing. They can find their places in the team now. They can build that chemistry, learn their role in a team that's going to be a little bit more stable. And yeah, we're hoping that they don't start clicking now, because we don't want to see a resurgence of Liverpool coming back to challenge us in the title. We already got the big City headache breathing down our necks. But yeah, they're still shaky at the back. I'm sure you've seen all them Van Dijk memes, Cardi V. But yeah, let's see what happens. But yeah, Liverpool fans, or sorry, If-ghanistani citizens, stop with the if. Stop with the if. If, forget it now. It's gone. Come back next season. Netflix FC, the new Netflix FC. All right, guys, thanks for listening. Please like, share, and subscribe, and I'll see you on the next video. Peace.